Hey, welcome to SquareMax Customs. On this episode, we're going to work on probably one of the rustiest 1957 Chevy 210 wagons getting restored on YouTube. Really good from far, but she's far from good. On the last episode, well, we got rid of a whole bunch of rust, and we tucked that bumper in a little bit to give it another custom look. On some of the other episodes, if you're new to the channel, well, this whole roof was rotted off and we fixed all that. We fixed all the window channel, we fixed this rear hatch. We have fixed a lot of stuff on this car, including all the floors and one door bottom. We did a drip rail delete. Well, one, because it was rotted off, and two, because, well, it's custom. We even built a whole outer and inner rocker. This corner and that corner. We also rebuilt the lower fender. Lots of episodes if you haven't seen them for you to catch up on. Well, just like any good episode, we need to start with a screwdriver. No way! We found a big chunk of Bondo! Get out of here! Definitely didn't see that coming, huh? Bondo and silicone. Win-win. She's not just rusted on the bottom, she's also rusted on the top. But don't you worry, it don't end there. It's equally rusted on the sides. I was gonna take my chances with the old Phillips screwdriver and the wrench trick, but well, look it. I just want to show you that it is possible. Just get yourself a wrench and one of them old weird screwdrivers that you didn't know why the handles were shaped like that and they hurt your hands. Well, that's why. Car's completely rusted, but uh-oh. And that's the problem. Bottom one wants to snap. So instead of screwing my tip up, I'm just going to tighten these back up and, well, the freaking doors are bolted on in here. Real quick, I just want to say thanks, Nigel. I really appreciate the t-shirt and the new sticker, man. The wall's filling up. I also want to say thank you, Stuart, for the donation, and Sam. Man, look what I went and got. I appreciate it, buddy. We probably won't be using the old shrinker stretcher in this episode. There's another piece. One's a shrinker, one's a stretcher. But I did grab a scrap piece because I couldn't help myself, and I had to play. Look at that. I didn't cut this, it was just literally a scrap piece that I put an angle on and started bending up. Super cool, can't wait to play with it. Appreciate all the support, y'all. Well, that sucks. I probably broke about the coolest thing on the whole car, and that's this chrome mirror. Yup, freaking chrome. Tell me that ain't cool. Well, it was cool. Either way, life happens. We'll have to see if we can get another one. Yeah. This is gonna be fun. But we'll get it. It ain't nothing to worry about. What's the saying? Don't worry about it. It'll be fine. It might be missing some right here. Check this out. This is literally silicone with paint over it. But that's normal. We got some rust here, and well, this door should go in the garbage is what I'm trying to tell you. But unfortunately, I don't have another door, and I haven't found another door reasonably close to me or for a good price because, well, people want $500 for doors that are rusty. So with that being said, I can't bring myself to spend $500 for a rusty door that I have to fix rust on. Oh, good morning, Loki. Good to see you awake for a second time this morning. I can't see spending the money to buy a rusty door that I gotta fix anyway. So we will fix this to the best of our... No, we will fix this till I feel like I'm good enough. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Till I feel it's good enough. I'm not bringing this to... I'm just not bringing it to 120%. I don't. That door is going to rot back out is what I'm trying to tell you. She's rotted from the inside. And without rebuilding the whole door, there ain't no stopping it. But if we can fix it and put a Band-Aid on it and make the old girl look good for, I don't know, 2 to 5 years, that would be pretty cool, huh? And then in 2 to 5 years, maybe by then we'll have more body parts. Maybe not, and maybe we'll be patching it some more. No biggie either way. Well, this door is really rough. We probably should have just took this mirror off before we started. Maybe. How's it come off? Everything, half of the bolts are breaking, half of them are clips. I don't know. Have to get back on the other side, maybe. It's a big puzzle. I don't. This ain't my first try 5. Oh boy. Rough. Really rough. You see a bubble like that, it's like rust jacketing underneath. Lots of filler. Well, the bonus is it's not all rusty. It's just all flaky and, well, I guess surface rust, but we don't have to cut that out. At least we're not gonna. This, though, we need to cut that out and fix on that. Because that just will not do. Well, we're going to start with a piece of cardboard. This looks like a fairly simple design, except it rolls in that way, so it gets all round on this side. And then this side does a little bit of, like a, I don't know, like a little whoopity-doo for where the molding stays on it. So, I don't know. But either way, we got a piece of cardboard here. Let's cut it down, make it a little bit easier to work with. Something like, yeah, that's perfect. Just got to use the old eagle eye sometimes. You gotta step back. You guys are in my way. I know you like to be right up in the action, but you gotta let a feller work a little bit. So these markers are freaking cool. Thank you. I'm gonna give it a little bit up on the bend. And we'll just use that as our straight line. Give it a little crease, that'll tell us where we need the next line. Maybe. Need a tape measure. I'll be back. So like I was saying, you're gonna start with a tape measure, and you're just gonna roughly guess that you need 5 inches. Now remember, we make the cardboard aided design because it's way easier to cut down than a piece of metal. So you design this first. Dang it, I should have got a straight edge. We're just gonna make this, dude. Does that look straight? Yeah. Nope. That's fine. And then we're gonna, what do we need here? Dang, I'm drawing all over the freaking car. All right. We're gonna go 1 1/4. How wide is this old girl? Oh, look at that. It's 1 1/4. Freaking brilliant. Okay. So we're going to trace this straight edge, this piece of metal we're using as a straight edge. And down here, we want... Freaking brilliant, I'm telling you. Look at that. That's almost what we need. And then we'll just take our little tape measure right here. Does that look like a circle? Yeah. And we'll trace that. I'm telling you, you just got to do what your freaking brain tells you to do. Does that look like the piece we need? I don't know. Let's cut it. Don't be wasting cardboard. Concentrating. What? That looks freaking awesome. Let's see. Well, we got a little whoopity-doo there. That's not real straight. Let's just eyeball it just a little bit. Just a little bit closer. Okay. Well, I didn't know we were watching a musical. I really don't know what we're watching until I start recording it, so you guys are learning with me. That looks freaking perfect. Look at that. Cardboard aided design. Now we'll take this and trace it on a piece of metal. Awesome. So awesome. That was easy enough. And then we'll, I don't know, we'll try to give it, we'll do something. Look. I found a piece of scrap metal, so I'll just get your workbench all cleaned off here. Perfect. And then, and it's already coated on the back. Why? Because, well, I don't know, it was used metal I got from something. Like, oh, look, it's almost the same width we need. I don't want to use that because it's got some corrosion. So we'll just cut the bottom off. It's not wasting. It's just, we're thinking ahead. We don't want to put rusty, corroded metal back on. These markers that the feller sent in there, they got a much nicer tip on them. I'm used to a fat Sharpie drawing too fat of a line. What I'm trying to tell y'all is we're getting professional around here. I still don't like the new snips that I got, so I'm going to use these old ones. And I've been cutting stuff with them that I probably shouldn't be cutting with them, so I can't return them. But that's fine. That's That's what you're supposed to do with tools. It would have took more time to drive to the store to return them. We went to the store, I'm not going to lie to you. I just didn't remember to bring them with me. Oh, man. See, look at, so the greens, when we're cutting, the greens are going to allow us, what are you looking at? Oh, okay. The greens are going to allow us to cut up and around this way. Where the reds, they're not designed to turn that way. They're designed to turn this way. I like these offset snips. They're way easier to cut than the straight tipped ones. Just my preference. And the key with snips is to never close the end all the way. I'll show you in a minute with that scrap piece what I'm talking about. See how we got no jagged edges on that? That looks nice, right? Let me show you what happens when you start closing the edge all the way. Ugh, it's a workout. Alright, now look, you see the edge? You got like little fish hooks on them. They're not good. So if you don't close it all the way, you're less likely to get the nasty edge looking thing. Just trying to help you all out in case you buy yourself a pair of snips and start making metal. Well, there's our piece. Now we have to roll it and massage it and make it not so flat. So we bent a little, I don't know, a little flange over on this side because the door would roll over. I wasn't gonna originally because it looks nice on this side, but I got gandering at the other side and it's all rusty. So now it's bent over and there's a little gap in there. That way we can slide the new piece on the back side when we decide to fix that one in a little bit. I need to give it more round right here. See, we're getting it. Somewhere in here needs a little more round. I'm not gonna cut it over this edge because that's all good. Now, I don't know how well you all can see this, but here's what we're actually working with. This metal is that we're gonna cut out, but look at what we actually have to weld it to. It's all old 1957 metal it's pitted. So, I mean, we're welding it to rusty metal to, we gotta do what we gotta do. Like, it's not rusted out, but it's all pitted metal that's been covered with filler and paint back in whenever they did this car, I don't know, 30 years ago or something. So there's no sense of cutting out more than we have to. Like we said, we're just band-aiding this car up. We'll cut all that rust out and we'll spray something in there to help the best we can. But that's your update. So I'm going to beat on this a little bit more to try to make that rounder. And once we get it to do that swoop right there, then we'll probably put it back in the brake and kick it that way to give it that little lip. If it's not perfect, it's not a big deal because, well, we got a piece of chrome that covers. I don't want to clip it back on because, well, then I got to freaking go on the other side and take it all back off. But look, we got a piece of chrome that covers all that. So it ain't really going to notice if there's not a big whoopity-doo right here. So we'll get it the best we can. And, well, that's good enough for me. So I hope it's good enough for you. Check that piece out. She came out freaking awesome. Look at her. She's got the little bevel to her like this. See how it's got the little bevel? Yeah. We'll slice that old girl out, and once she's sliced out, she should fit down in there nice. We even got our little freaking flange on the back, so super cool. Yeah, that was nice. That wasn't too bad. So we got some, yeah, we got work to do down here too. What we're gonna do is work our way around. So we started here with this one, and then we'll do that one. And did you see this over here? OMG. Yeah. I used the laser welder on another episode to save some time on sanding. If you didn't see it, go back and watch that. The old laser welder episodes. I think it's pretty cool. And, well, yeah, we uncovered all sorts of stuff. But that thing zapped it right off, so that was cool. So we'll work on, wow. It's just, I don't know. It's gone. I told you the inside of the door was messed up. Look at this, though. The jam's freaking beautiful. So that's a win. Well, I mean, it's good until you get to right here. But that's not too bad. At least there's some on this side. You seen the other side? Woo, wait till you see the other side. I know you've seen the other side. I'll show you again. Why not? We're missing the whole freaking corner of the door on this side. Who knows what's missing under that freaking chrome. I can almost fit the whole GoPro in there. That's fine though. We'll get it. Freaking Swiss cheese. That's extremely holy Swiss cheese. We're not worried about that yet. We're over here. What? That came out freaking fabulous. You can't tell me it didn't. Even got the hump in it. What? Magic, yeah. That's what I'm trying to tell you. There's a few little pinholes and, you know, I would tack them up and grind it. But why? It's fine. You're going to put a little fiberglass on it just to cover everything up. And that's where it'll be fine is what I'm trying to tell you. Stop trying to overthink it. This is just a rusty 57. Bel Air. Okay. I know it's not a Bel Air for you 7 people that get really mad. That's awesome. I'm extremely happy with that. Look at it. We even got our freaking pinch weld. So it actually I'll flip it over and show you in a little bit. But you'll be able to see it. It'll actually line up. It looks, what I'm trying to say is you might not be able to tell that we patched that when we're all done. So I'm going to get the door flipped over and mess with these couple little pieces there, which I don't know. I guess you can watch me on Fast Play. How interesting that is. And then we're gonna get to this section because that's pretty exciting. The hinge goes here and the hinge goes there, so at least it's solid here and it's solid there. It's just everything in between. Okay, well, you see what I see, right? Well, here's a look at the back side. Looks freaking fabulous. That's awesome. That piece came out sweet. I know it's a little piece, but you see all the freaking bends in it? It's got bends every which way, and it's got a seam. Look at, I was telling you, see how it's bent over? It's like the door skin comes over the door frame and it squeezes it together. So we made ours the same way. That way, all I'm gonna do back here is, because it's only a little rust right there and that little bit we already cut out, I'm just gonna piece it together. I'm not going to try to do nothing. You don't see that anyways, but you see how we made that hem or seam over, whatever you want to call it. See how this has got the little flange on it and it's got the little kick. I gave it, I don't know, it's probably hard to see, but it's got a little kick because you see it's got a little kick, which probably don't matter. It's just for the gasket to sit on. But what we'll do is we'll take this piece now and we'll shove it behind that, see? And when we weld it all up and grind it down, you won't even freaking know. I'll cut this up here. Well, we got a little rust hole here, so we'll cut this down like that. It'll be fine is what I'm telling you. And then I'll just cut a couple scrap pieces for right here, and it'll be good. And then we'll get to look at this. Oh my goodness. What do you think? We just cover it with fiberglass and nobody will see? Nobody will know? It came out pretty good for what it is. Ain't nothing special, but after we quick smooge over top of it with a little filler and a little sand, and you're never gonna see that again. Plus, look, the gasket goes. Hold on, give me a freaking second. I tied it out of the way. Look at the gasket goes right down through there, and you don't see none of it anyways. But I think it came out good. It's all welded in there, ground down. I don't know what you guys count, but I counted 3 pieces that we made. So I had to mark them down before I forget. Nice. And now we are on to this piece. Well, that one looks rather easy. It just looks like a lot of welding. So we got a freaking 15 inches this way, 15 inches this way. There's 36. 36. I mean, we got 3.5 foot of welding is what we got to do all this. Then again, this piece is plug welded to that, but there ain't really much left behind it. So I think I'm just gonna cut all this out and we'll weld a new piece from here down and we'll come right down onto this. So maybe we'll be able to plug weld it through here. Maybe we'll just weld the seam solid. Nobody's gonna see it, and at least it'll be more solid structurally. Well, that's what I'm gonna do. I think that's your update before I put you on fast play and get playing with the girl. Oh my goodness, oh my gracious, did you guys see this? Girls, the government, these things right here, this is nothing. We're gonna get rid of these are for the old door panels, but these are for like the OG door panels. They don't even work for the door panels that we had on it when we bought it. So, hold on. Our door panel will just screw all the way around the edge. It'll be fine. The original ones, I think, slid in here, sort of had like a clip on the back. I'm only guessing. I don't know. But they're not functional for what we need. Look at this freaking... What do we do back here? Like, it's not rotted out. But it's rotted out. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Like, I don't really want to cut all of this out. We know eventually this rust is going to come back through. So why do more work than we have to, if you know what I'm trying to say? But at the same hand, I don't want to put a patch and a patch and a patch and a patch and a patch. So, well, it's almost dinner time. So I'm going to think about all that. That's another episode anyways. I'm sorry. I'm just future episode. We need to finish this. That way we can finish our episode for this week. Stop getting ahead of yourself. Just don't go far, because we got more door to build. And we got 2 more after that. Oh, doors are so freaking boring. Like, it was fun doing the first one. And this one, you know, it's sort of cool because it's got different rust spots. But after you do 2 doors and you know you can make the whole bottom of the door, if you don't remember, go watch that episode. We literally built that whole bottom. You don't really feel like doing it 4 times. Okay, rant over. Well, most of the time, I really prefer to make the piece, like, especially bigger pieces. I like to make the piece before I cut it out. That way, any structure that's there, I can try to match it up the best. But this is so freaking Swiss cheese, and it seems like a straight piece with a little curve here. I think we're going to be fine just cutting the dang thing right out. At least that's what there's. It's like double layered inside here. I don't even know what's going on, how it works. I'm not sure. We're going to leave some structure over here. And we'll do the same thing over here, because I don't want to get into these pockets. I don't know what's on the other side of this door. This piece of metal, I mean. You see there's another layer here, and it looks like it goes up and bends that way, and then this one feels like it's got like a pocket in here, which probably, because that's where the hinges go, so they probably got extra support in there. I want to trim down and then build a kick piece up. I mean, that wouldn't be bad, would it? A little light there. Right there looks solid. Let's try that. I don't want to take too much out, because I don't know what this is all connected to up in here. Alright, let's start cutting, or we can talk about it all day and not make it nowhere. Yeah, what are these bumps for? I can't get in there. You think there's something on the... Why are they... I'm overthinking it. Listen, sometimes you gotta just... Don't overthink it. Sometimes I overthink it. Slows you down is what I'm trying to say. Actually, no, become a YouTuber and then try to get a video out every week. Because then you don't really think a lot. You just do it. And then when you're all done, you're like, dang, I should have done it like this. It would have been better. But you're in a rush. That's freaking gnarly up through there, huh? We can always trim it bigger. It's bad is what I'm trying to tell y'all. It's bad. What it had is the gasket came down and around here, and I'm guessing stuff fell down through the pocket and just sat on the gasket and rotted all that out. So we'll just, I don't wanna. Oh, why I'm hesitating. We're probably gonna cut this out more, but that'll be good to start. Let's see. Let's get that gone because I want to see what's behind it. Aren't you all curious? It's freaking gnarly. Look at it. Just look at it. Have you been looking at it? Would you just freaking look at it? Okay. Well, we gotta fix it. Well, yeah. You can tell that that had some moisture in between the two layers for years and years and maybe decades and decades. So, good thing we pulled that out. I'm going to spray this with some OSFO, some rust killer stuff. I'm going to let it dry and I'm just going to freaking spray some primer stuff on it. And then tomorrow, I guess, when I get home, we'll make up some CAD programming for it. We'll get a piece all made up and we'll put it in there and we'll do our thing is what I'm trying to tell you. You all know what we're gonna do. Oh, it's just a Sharpie line where, whew, I thought I went way too high with the, it happens is what I'm trying to say. I'm gonna bring this down a little lower than it was originally and we're gonna hide all that because, well, what else are you supposed to do with it? Throw a layer of primer on that and probably on the other side real quick and I'm calling it a night. Well, this is what we got. She's all primed and somewhat rust prohibited the best I could, but look, it's not like I could get all up in there. Maybe when we're all done, I was thinking maybe we'll get some undercoating and put our hand up in here and just spray the best we can. Like, that's pretty much what they put on it back in the day. What's this stuff called? I don't know. It don't matter. Check this out. We have a brand new on-programmed piece to start our CAD programming with. That's freaking extra fancy. I know. We don't always have to use pre-programmed pieces and tweak them. So let's get started here because we don't have all that much time. We need to get this done. So let's start with our fresh piece. Look at that nice table to work on. Beautiful. And, well, I took some quick measurements and I want to add a little bit to the end of this, so. Because we're going to go down past where it's a little rusty. Yeah, I'll show you in a second. So I want to go down past all the pitting so we can hide it. So that's what we're gonna do. Plus this came out like this and then jagged up. So we'll just make a piece that comes out here and it'll jag up on this side. It'll be completely fine and you're not gonna see it. It's the inside of the door. It meets that spot right there. So with that being said, that's what these dots are for. Stay up here, out of the way. And we're just gonna liner. I don't like doing it like this. I don't like tracing my piece of metal because look how bent up it is. It goes every which way. But this is a pretty straightforward piece, so that's what we're gonna do. Bear with me, just stop. Hold on a minute. We'll do the best we can. This side's mangled, so we'll just leave it long and we'll trace it later. Same thing with this side, because we're going to come down part way and then we're going to kick in further. Yeah. So then we'll have to go in further or something. And boom, look it. There's our piece, sort of. Not really, but it's the start to our piece. Could you imagine how much money we'd have in this car if we bought every panel for it? Yeah, me neither. Try not to think about that stuff. What's that little whoopity do? That's fine, we don't have to worry about that. What do you think, it'll fit? It'll be alright. Oh. That's not bad at all. Press our finger right here and it'll leave a crease on the other side, and that's where we'll try to cut the other side. Yeah, look, you see that? Squint. Use your imagination. You need to believe. Okay. That's freaking beautiful. Is it perfect? Nope, not at all. This line's not really straight. I don't know what happened when I cut that. I must have sneezed or something. It goes whoop. Maybe we'll fix it. Maybe we'll just whoop. Let's look at it. See it? Whoops. Ha! Found the problem. Well, then you find a scrap piece of metal. This one looks nice. Yes. And well, we're just going to trace our design on it is what we're going to do. This stuff's a little bit thicker than what we used earlier. But the door also hinges from this end. So I felt like it was, alright, let me be honest with you. It was the first piece I picked up that was about the same size we needed. So I decided that's why we'll use it. What's it gonna hurt if the metal's a little thicker? Nothing. Exactly. Oh, holding it all weird. How to get my hand bent like that. Yeah. Freaking perfect. Now we're gonna cut this thing. What are you looking at? Sometimes I wonder what y'all watching. Stay with me. You can cut it with me. Oh. This is where them new snips would have been nice. Don't ever cut towards you. Freaking table's on level, my floor's on level. Yeah, that looks good, right? See, like, troop, troop will go in. Might have to cut it like, we got this, we got this. What are you watching? Watching my back? Oh, I hear my pop's Jeep starting. It lives across the street. I could get the power tools out, but we don't all have power tools, do we? No. So you could make this patch yourself with some, well, these snips are quite expensive nowadays, but they sell cheap ones. But for $100 worth of tools and some scrap metal you found, you could fix your car up too. Just pop rivet it. If you don't think it works, I mean, it does. Is it right? No. Am I doing it right? No. Are we getting a car back on the road? Yes. I pop riveted my brother's Jeep together the first time. And that thing held for 10 years. Pop rivets and bonder. It freaking worked awesome. And then one day I got a welder. But I could only like weld spots. And I had to go slow because I didn't have the right power. It was just a cheapie welder. $100 welder. I'm still welding with a cheapie welder. My welder I got now I think is only like 600 bucks. But I really like the one I got now because it's dummy proof. You just set it on. My eyes are getting bad, I think. You set it on auto and then I can weld thick stuff. I can weld thin stuff. I like it. That's what I'm saying. No, this video is not sponsored by them. Gotta use both hands. My hands are getting tired. We're almost there. Almost. Good workout, no? Getting old. Ugh. Oh, I'm gonna get some comments over that. I'm sorry, I didn't mean it like that, y'all. Look at that. Fabulous. You still with me? Yeah. Whoop. Like a roller coaster. Woohoo. Oh no. Cut it backwards. Just flip the piece over. Yeah. What did we do? What did... Oh my goodness. Why did we do that? Dang it. See, I was talking and I wasn't paying attention. Dang. Well, that was stupid. How did we miss that? Okay, well, I'm gonna weld this back on here. Here. How's it go? Yeah. I cut that right off too. I wonder why I did. You can even see where I stopped. Y'all gotta stop talking to me. Is that how it goes? It goes just like that. Dang it. Okay. I can't believe y'all just sat right there and watched and didn't even say nothing. Just freaking watched. Was it funny? That's fine. That's fine. Appreciate it. You could have been like, hey, dude. What are you doing? You're cutting off the freaking wing. No. That's, like I said, that's okay. I see how it is. It's fine. We'll just freaking fix her up real quick. I'm just saying, I appreciate the help. Well, now that we got that all fixed up, look, you can hardly tell. I'm just gonna delete it right out of the video. People don't make mistakes. So, yeah, eternity later, we're back. Let's, trim this corner right here. We got a little whoopity-doos. But like I said, I don't know, I freaking coughed and then I must have sneezed there when I was trimming. The rest of it looks pretty freaking good. Where are we gonna need, where does this start to bend? Something like right here maybe, and right here, and then, whoop, that's all gonna be round in here. So we'll bend there, and then we'll come up to sort of like here. And that has to give it a twist. Are you looking at? What are you watching? Well, I can't check right now, so we'll see in a minute. And this also needs a little whoopity-doo that way. All right, I think we got it. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna, I think maybe it needs a little roll. Probably not. I don't know, if we give it something it don't need, we'll just bend it out. Let's see, it's gonna go from there to there, so. Something like that, probably. Let's give it a little kick too. You see, I didn't use the brake for what it was for, and You could have just rolled that little piece on a piece of pipe or whatever. No biggie. Look at that. That looks probably not right. So we need more of a kick here, more of a... Back up, you're in my freaking bubble. All right, what do we need? This all looks pretty decent through here. Maybe I can't even get the piece back in there now. Okay, there we go. Boop, boop, boop. Right here it needs more. Why don't we just weld this here and here and then massage the piece in? Because right here we won't be able to get it. It's supposed to be rounder. Alright, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to weld it in and massage it as we go. Lazy kitty. Check this out. Oh, that piece came out freaking awesome. I gotta grind it all down, but it looks fabulous. Yeah? Well, it looks ugly, but a grinder will make me the welder I ain't, right? Right. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It'll be fine. It's way better than this. Look at that. You thought that looked good on there? I still think we probably should have just filled it with some body filler and called it a day. I mean, it is the inside of the door and nobody would have freaking noticed it. Okay, it would have aimed at us while we were sleeping and we would have had nightmares about it, and this is better. You all win. I heard the voices tell me what to do, and what I'm trying to tell you is I'm going to use this one. That's what I'm going to do. Run it on the edge like this. That's your update. That's all I got to talk about right now. Would you just look at that? And that? Oh, it looks freaking phenomenal. So I didn't weld this seam right here solid. I just spot welded it about every inch, inch and a half. Why? Because, well, that's the way it looked like it was done on the original door. So, yeah. I ground it all down. I could spend the time and we could fill that in even more and grind some more, but why? It's a freaking door jam. So, we're going to put some of this on it, and that'll look all fine, and we're going to cover that spot, and we're going to put a coat on that spot. Now, this isn't the finished layer. This is just a quick layer to get stuff covered up and make everything sort of disappear. I got to sand this whole thing down so we can paint it. That's when we'll get into the fine details. Plus, we're going to find stuff that we think is good, but it's not good when we start sanding. You'll see like a little bubble, and like right here, look at this little bubble. I bet you we pull this molding off and we get sanding, we're going to have a little tiny rust hole to fix there. So we'll worry about the fine tuning of the bodywork later. But I'm running out of time, and we're going to do the bottom of a door on another episode because, well, it's going to be a lot of pieces and a lot of work. So make sure you come back for that. That'll be fun. We'll have a blast doing it. I'm sure we will. I enjoy hanging out with y'all. So with that being said, I'm going to get this mixed up. Did you know, look, fiberglass, galvanized, regular steel, concrete, wood, and masonry? Yeah, multi-purpose. And people think you can only use it for one thing. So, with that being said, we had a kitchen table. It was nice. It was all wood and everything. But from moving and, well, we bought it used. So, with all that being said, the legs on it had a bunch of chip spots, and where the screws, where they all screwed together, were all messed up. I filled it with a bunch of fiberglass, and time out. I gotta get a freaking scooper. Time in. Yeah, like I was saying, I filled it with filler, and well, we shouldn't need a lot here. I filled it with filler and sanded it all down. I left the top of it wood, and we painted the bottom of it black afterwards. And that was 2-3 years ago, and it's still freaking holding up good. So we don't need a lot of this, but we're gonna mix up more than we need. Why? Because I like wasting product. No, I really don't. I hate wasting product. But I like to put it on extra thick, so that way we can maybe sand it once. Look I told you before, but for the new people, fiberglass, resin, I don't know. We're going to mix it in. It makes it extra soupy and helps you lay it a lot smoother. Perfect. That was a good amount. It's fine. And you do this before you add your hardener in. I'm using a Tidy Cat kitty box today for my mixing board. Why? Because, well, I can throw it in the garbage when I'm done, and then it costs me nothing. And I'll tell you what, boxes take up a lot of space, and it's a good way to get rid of them. Just reuse what you can is what I'm trying to tell you. They make boards with like paper things on it. I don't know how the people do it, and they just pull the sheet cover off. The reason I say that is because I use the edge to clean my knife a lot. So and then you got bonder on the side, and you pull the sheet off, and look, there's still bonder on the side. I don't know. To each their own. I'm no professional. I'm just you're back. You're not even watching what I'm doing? Oh my goodness. I'm just your backyard kid that went to Walmart one day and bought a can of Bondo because his vehicle was all rotted out, and I didn't have no welder or nothing. But I had a drill, and I think a pop rivet gun was like $10, and it came with pop rivets, and well, I fixed up my truck is what I'm trying to tell y'all. And then I spray painted it with some Walmart spray paint. Back then, it was 97 cents a can. Oh, that was cheap paint. I miss that stuff. 97 cents a can. Where do you find paint for that price anymore? You don't. That's what I'm trying to tell you, you don't. So, I'm just rambling the ramble. Hope you guys all had a great week. I hope you all enjoyed the episode. We're just going to lay some filler, maybe sand it a wee bit, and lay a little primer on it. And then I got other stuff to do. Like, you want to make sure it's mixed well, because you don't want no stuff that didn't get mixed. Otherwise, you'll be sanding it and you'll have it's bad is what I'm trying to tell you. Don't play with it too long because it'll get hard on you. The yak, 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 blah, blah, blah. You guys know the drill. It's not fun. And then put it on heavier than you want. That way when you sand it off, hopefully you just use the one coat. I have no technique for this. I'm not a body man. Don't do what I do. Just go buy a can of filler and an old vehicle and practice. And eventually you can not be a body person too. There's no special way to do this. Okay, there probably is. And I'm sure we got a few body people that could tell you, but for me, just put it on. Just put it on. And then just wipe her off. That's about all I can tell you to do. think I wiped too much off. So we'll try that again. Don't play with it too long. We're gonna play with it too long and then it's gonna get hard. You know how that happens, huh? What do they say? Shake 3 times. Okay, we better stop. It's starting to get freaking not PG no more. Okay, perfect. We're gonna let that dry and we're gonna sand her down. Would you look at that? Oh man, it came out so freaking good. I'm not gonna complain. That's only 1 coat of fiberglass and 1 round of sanding. 1 coat of body filler. That's it, just 1. 1 coat, the 1 coat you watched me put on and we sanded. Is it perfect? No. Am I perfect? No. Is this 57 perfect? No. Will it ever be perfect? It'll be perfect enough for us when it's done, and that's what really matters. But yeah, it's just a quick sand job. It really could use some more. Look, it's got little pits in there. But that's the inside of the door jamb. And like I said, we got to sand this whole thing down, and we'll get to that later. But at least I don't have to do an enormous amount of body work on the whole car. That's why I'm trying to do this as we go, because I don't want to have to go back through and just put freaking body fill or fiberglass or whatever on every spot I freaking welded on this car. I would be here for eternity, and I don't like body work. Well, I like the metal work. I don't like that stuff. It's freaking nasty. Okay, I'm gonna get a couple coats of high build rattle can primer on it, and I'll get back to you. That came out freaking awesome. That was the most trickiest piece, and I actually had a lot of fun making that piece, so I hope you guys had fun making that too. Down here, well, it wasn't as much fun because, well, it was really hard to record making them 2 little pieces, but there was a bunch of bends in them. That way the gasket can run back along. This piece, she was rather easy, but she was fun too, even with the mess up. You guys watching me freaking mess up. It's fine though. At least we all got a laugh out of it and a little bit, you know, entertainment. Either way, what I'm trying to tell you all, that was quite a bit of work this week, and I'm running out of time, and I need to have time to edit the video. And that was freaking a big rust hole, like a complete rot hole. Look at that. Fabulous. Yes, fabulous. See, we have to sand all this stuff down later. We'll get in there and we'll fine tune it when we get there, but we're not ready to tackle that stage of this project, seeing as I would guess there's probably 50 plus more rust holes in this old girl for us to fix. this whole cowl panel, she's really, really rough. And when I was doing that inner fender, or the outer fender, I was connecting the inner fender and I reached up inside, and I don't remember if you remember that episode, and if you don't, you should go back and watch when we fixed that fender up. But I was literally pulling chunks of metal off the firewall. As a matter of fact, let me show you. And the hood's not only rotted back here, the hood's also rotted in the front. And then, well, this door's gonna be fun because, well, look, we have to build that whole top piece. So this isn't easy to see. We already looked at that. But, well, I guess it is easy to see. Look at, that's all rotted out. And, well, that side's got more stuff in it, so we're not gonna go over there. But just imagine this side, even worse on that side. Yeah, that'll be fine though. We'll get to it. Lots of content, right? What I'm trying to tell you all is I'm out of time this week. I really appreciate you all watching. I hope you all enjoyed. Don't forget to leave me a comment. Hit that dang like button. And share the video if you want. Don't forget, head on over to SquareMaxMerch.com to get yourself a sweet, well, it's one of my shirts. I just don't have a front logo on it. And if you want, you know, a sleeveless one, cut the dang sleeves off like we do. Hey, that's it. Peace. See y'all next week.